In London, I mean, I do think sometimes London, it's like a world apart from the rest of the UK because, as I mentioned often, I'm from Hull, and when I look at the house prices there in terms of affordability, as you mentioned, then you compare them here, I genuinely don't understand how any, young person, normal individual can get onto the housing ladder in London. It is just unachievable. What's your thoughts, Jo-Anne?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge challenge to get onto the housing ladder if buying a property is considered to be the most important way to live in a property. But I think in the longer term, actually, a return to more... I mean, the interest rates that we've had over the last few years, by historic standards, have been extraordinarily low. And I would argue that they've actually added to house price increases because money has just been so cheap to borrow. And therefore, this has been reflected in the inflationary spiral in house prices. So although I think it's extremely inconvenient if you currently have a mortgage, as most of us do, facing the prospect that there are mortgages which have been extraordinarily low.
Most of us, a lot of young people don't. I mean, a lot of young people would dream of owning a home and they're locked into a rental cycle.
Yeah, indeed. But as I say, in the longer term, an increase in interest rates may help. I know it seems counterintuitive somehow, but they may help to actually bring down the cost of houses. But the one thing I do wonder is whether these banks and building societies, which may be rushing to increase their mortgage rates, are they actually going to be increasing their rates to savers?
Of course not. I mean, come on, I'd love to say yes. This is, you highlight a really important point there. I found the speed at which companies will rush desperately to increase the cost to us. It is astonishing, and you don't often see the same kind of speed and desire to then reflect that in the other direction. I wonder why.